Hello, I'm author DJ Siegel, and this is Big 3 Dashing.
Go to New York. You go next month for your birthday?
All right, good morning, everyone. Author DJ here again with another DoorDash adventure on Thursday, May the 9th, 2024. Now today, for the next couple of days, we're going to be doing a special Mother's Day edition. Now, what exactly is the Mother's Day special? What I have here is a hat that's full of names of female dashers. And what I'm going to do for every order that I get for the next couple of days, the days I'm off from my primary job, whenever I get an order, I'm going to pick a name out of the hat. And whatever name that I pick, that name is going to go above my head after I drop off the order. And that's the shout out that you will get for your channel. So look for your name above my head after I drop off the order. So let's get this party started. So grab your popcorn and strap yourself in, because the show is about to begin. All right, y'all, we just got our first order here. It's $5 at McDonald's, going about maybe 2.5 miles. And so I'm going to draw out of the hat right now, and let's see what I get. Interesting. All right, look for your name. When your name appears above my head, just before I drop the order off, that's how you'll get your shout out. Good morning, and I appreciate your business. Enjoy your McDonald's. Have a wonderful day. All right, y'all, I just got a Starbucks offer here. And yes, it's $5.25 and it's going about, 8 miles. And but anyway, I mean, it's okay. I mean, there's some restaurants up there that might help bring me back to my original starting point. But anyway, it's time to grab another name out of the hat. So let's see what we got here. Very interesting. All right, well, look for your name as soon as I get this dropped off. All right, y'all, that was a very interesting delivery. Very interesting. Yeah. I was given one address, and then I got a message from the customer said, "Did you deliver to this address?" And I said the address that was given to me for me to deliver to was different than what he just messaged me. So I took the order to the address that the customer said, went ahead and took the picture, and I immediately called DoorDash support and told them exactly what went on, that the customer gave me a different address. So when that happens, folks, what you got to do, you got to get up with support immediately. Document everything that took place and make sure that you have all your I's dotted, your T's crossed, and your periods when it comes to this, so that you don't get a contract violation. You make sure that if the customer is lying in any way, shape, or form, or has told you some wrong information, you got yourself covered. And that's exactly what I did here. Okay, well, I am in a town now, the town that's north of the Franklin area, which is called Greenwood. Southport Greenwood, that's the name of the district. Now, most of you would call it zone, but I call it district, okay? And anyway, on my way back to Franklin, I got an order here and at a McDonald's just down the street from where I delivered. So right now, I'm going to take a name out of the hat, and let's see what I get. Okay. When you see your name, that's going to be your shout out. But I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Greenwood later on, when the person that I wanted to pick, it would have been ideal for this, when that person is picked, then I'll tell you more about Greenwood, because there's something important about it. All right, let's go pick up this McDonald's. All right, Joe, I just got that dropped off, and it was supposed to be a leave at the door, but the lady came out to pick it up. And, well, she came out and she opened up her bag. Of course, we're not allowed to open bags as Dashers because it's a Board of Health thing with the pandemic that's supposedly still going on. But she opened it up and she said there was something that she was missing. Okay, and I told her, I said, well, we as Dashers were not allowed to open the bag because of Board of Health and CDC regulations. And she understood that she wasn't too happy that McDonald's forgot to put something in their bag. And it seems a lot of these McDonald's are just forgetting to put things in people's bags, and it's everywhere. Happens a lot in Columbus on the US 31 side. It happens a lot at the Edinburgh location. Happens a lot at the Morton Street location in Franklin, and now this location here on Declaration Drive in Greenwood. So even though we can't help it, we always have to be on the lookout for things like that, because these are the types of things that will drop your customer rating down. And then sometimes you wake up and you find that you received a 3, a 2, or maybe even a 1, and you don't understand why. It's these kinds of things, and even if we can't help it, these are the kinds of things that bring our scores down. And there's something that we need to do about that, because it's not fair for us to lose scores on customer rating if the restaurant did not do their part. Well, anyway, as I was in the middle of traffic, a very busy street, which US 31 is, coming back from Greenwood to Franklin, I ended up getting a Taco Bell offer, and I accidentally hit a button before I even knew how much it was or where it was I was going, but it is back in Franklin. So it's time for another drawing, and let's see who we get here. Okay. All right. When you see your name, you will be given a shout out. All right, let's go pick up this Taco Bell. All right, Mr. Jacob, I appreciate your business. Enjoy your Taco Bell, and you have a wonderful day. All right, y'all, we got that dropped off. Got that Taco Bell taken care of. Now, we've got a stack order here. Well, it's not really a stack. It's, it's 2 drop-offs for 1 order, so they only count it as 1. But because it's 2 drop-offs, we have 2 drawings. Okay, so let me get my hat here. Okay, we got Jack's and Wendy's. Okay, here's the first drop-off for Jack's. Okay, that's the Jack's one. So you'll see your name when I drop Jack's off. Now here's the Wendy's one. Okay, so when you two see your names and when I'm doing the drop-offs, that's your shout out. All right, let's go pick up this Jack's order. All right, ma'am, I appreciate your business. Enjoy your Where's the Beef. Have a wonderful day. All right, y'all, we got that stack dropped off. The Jack's order, I had to There was someone waiting for me at the drop-off, so I couldn't get the footage of it. And it's too bad, too, because there were a couple of dogs that came out to greet me, and I have a way with animals. But in these towns, they are not very friendly when it comes to cameras being around. So I have to keep the cameras down when I'm handing it off to, to people in these districts. So that's why I don't give you footage of, of hand-it-to-me's. Well, anyway, now we got a Starbucks that's going in town, and it's time for another drawing. So let's go in the hat here and see who we get. Okay. All right, when you see your name, then that's a shout out for you. All right, let's go get this Starbucks. All right, y'all, just got that dropped off. It was a handed to me, and it was delivered to a cancer center. Now, I kind of cringe when I hear that word, because with it being Mother's Day here in a few days, well, I lost my mother to cancer in 1991. Lung cancer. Yeah. I had to drop out of college. I was going to Indiana University in Bloomington at the time, and my mother got so sick because she smoked for so many years. And she would smoke a whole carton of cigarettes a day. That's how she was. Every day she would smoke a whole carton of cigarettes, which is a lot. And eventually it caught up to her, and had to drop out of college and take care of her for 3.5 years before she finally succumbed to it. So, kind of made me think about that when I delivered in there. So, I know we all have the free will to do what we want, but just let me say, my mother went through a very slow death with that lung cancer. So, for any of those who are smoke or are going through that early stage of that, I would say be very careful, because my mother went through pure torture. Well, anyway, we just got another order from Dale Gribble's restaurant here. Well, it's not actually Dale Gribble, but I'm a big King of the Hill fan. Sorry, that's just who I am. I just loved King of the Hill. Watched it for so many years. And anyway, tell me who your favorite King of the Hill character is, if you ever watched it. Mine was Boomhauer. Yeah, I just liked Boomhauer. I loved how he talked. All right, well, let's go pick up this order from Dale's restaurant. All right, y'all. Well, I forgot to draw out of the hat. I'm at the drop-off right now, and I'll just take you to the address here in just a second. But let me just see what I got here for the next shout-out. There's something I must do. Something I must do. All right, let's take this to the drop-off. All right, good morning. Appreciate your business. Enjoy your Dale Gribbles and have a wonderful day. Y'all, as you can tell, you see who I drew. I drew Francis. That's why I'm driving on Francis Street right now. And you know something? I think it's uncanny. And it was not deliberate. But I ended up picking Fran's name for that order right after I dropped it off at the cancer center and I talked to you about my mom. Why is this such a coincidence? Because Fran's birthday is the day that my mother went into the hospice unit. That's July the 13th. I'm going to do a U-turn here and drive on that street again. And then my mom passed away on July 31st. And the uncanny thing about it was my mother absolutely hated the number 13. She absolutely hated it. It followed her all around for whatever the reason, and she just hated that number. Well, it came back to bite her. 13 and 31, which is 13 backwards. Now, Fran, I did not mean to make this such a sob story or anything of that nature, but I drew your name, and I just had to drive on your street here in Franklin and just let everybody know that there is a street that's named after you here. So you got a major shout out. All right, time to unpause my dash and time to see what my next order will be. All right, you all. Well, here we are now with another order, and it's from Burger King. 1.5 miles for another $5. Okay, it's time for a drawing. Let's see who we draw here. And we have... Well, now that makes a little sense. That makes sense. I'll tell you why after I pick up this Burger King. All right, y'all, I just got another order here, and it's right next to the courthouse over here in Franklin. It's called 1823 Bakehouse. So, well, it's time for another drawing. Let's see who we get this time. Okay. When you see your name, you will get a shout out. Let's go pick this up now. All right, ma'am, I appreciate your business. They were still nice and hot when I picked them up, so it should still be hot for you. Have a wonderful day. All right, y'all. Right at the last minute before my dash was to end, I got another order here, and it's a McDonald's for $5, but it's okay. It's going to put me over 60, which would be over $15 an hour, which is good for me because that's my average that I make in all three of these districts. So $15 an hour is good for me, and I will take it. All right, let's see who I drew here. Okay, so when you see your name, you will get a shout out. All right, let's go get this McDonald's. All right, y'all, that was a hand it to me, so I went ahead and handed it to her. And now, since it's a little after 10 o'clock, this first part of my dash is done, and you will see just how much I made here. But this is probably going to be a two-parter, because when I went to see what was going on in the other places, it said that Franklin was busy. Well, let's see if there's any truth to that. So I decided to click on for another 4 hours for part 2. So if your name was not drawn in part 1, then there's part 2, and it's also a 2-day deal anyway. So if your name isn't drawn today, most likely it'll be drawn tomorrow, because Fridays are pretty good days because everybody gets paid. But anyway, as I close out today, I just want to say a couple things. First of all, from what happened earlier today, if you're a customer and you don't give specific directions, or you decide that you want to put a fast one on us dashers and try to make us look bad, we're out here doing what we can to serve you in the best way we possibly can. We're doing whatever we can to satisfy every customer in a timely manner. And we would appreciate cooperation on your end, because there's no reason for us to pay the price for something that you may have caused, or if you have tried to scam us. And the one thing that you have to understand, if those out there that are trying to scam people, whether it's DoorDash or Uber Eats, Grubhub, or Walmart Spark, whichever app it is, if you're trying to do that to us, just one thing you got to remember. And it's a spiritual law that eventually, as a former boss of mine said at one time, you will be held accountable. It's going to come down on y'all. Because it's a spiritual law that says we reap what we sow, more than we sow, and later than we sow. It's a spiritual law, friends. So think before you do. And now for the rest of you, you don't have to be a gig worker for me to give you a shout out on Mother's Day. If you're a mother, you have the toughest job. I don't care what anybody says. Everything that you go through to be a mom, taking care of kids, and even if you don't have kids, if you have pets, that counts too. Because taking care of pets is almost the same way as taking care of kids, so that counts. So even if you do a motherly role in whatever it is you do, you have the toughest job. And you go through so much, especially with childbearing. And you don't get enough credit for what it is you do. But yet, Mother's Day was given to you, and this is a day to just relax and not do anything, because you deserve a special day. So let it thank you for all the mothers out there that take care of their kids or their pets. Okay, well, that ends part 1. So until we start part 2, I will see you in the future.